Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, whatever it is to wherever you're at. How's it going? This is, I guess, part 3 of the off-grid she shed. Got some big changes here. Plans have changed. This is no longer going to be the she shed. This is going to be the off-grid man cave / workshop. So plans change as they often do. You just got to roll with the punches and just keep on going. So anyway, made a lot more progress. It's about time for me to get off my feet. I've done way too much today. I need to sit down. So anyway, made a lot of progress the last few days. Let's get y'all caught up. Okay, so once again, this is a tough shed. That's the maker of the shed. Just nothing fancy. Just a big outer door there. Window. Once again, it's just an 8-foot by 10-foot. Nothing big. But, to catch everybody up, got all the insulation done. It's dual layers of 1/2-inch foam. So, should do decent. I'm not looking to completely insulate it just crazy, but anyway, got the window in. That window AC is going to be going there. Excuse me for my words not coming out right. I'm tired, so that's one of the side effects of the stuff that I've got is my words don't come out straight when I'm getting tired. So anyway, done a lot of work on electrical. Once again, this is going to be off-grid, so for the most part, it's all 12 volt. So what are all these wires? Well, if you notice, they all mostly come right down here. This is where the workbench is going to go. It's going to be 4 foot wide. Underneath the workbench on one side, I'm going to have all my batteries. I believe 131 or 139 amp per hour C&D Dynasty Technologies batteries here. I've got a really big solar charge controller going to go here, and that's actually what these wires are. Those are 3 12-gauge wires that's going to go from the solar panels that I'm going to be mounting on the fence. Got it ran through the wall and through the floor. So I'm going to have 1 panel per wire, but if I ever wanted to, I could upgrade and add more panels. And I could put 3, maybe even 4 panels in series on each wire. So, but right now we're just going to have 1 panel per wire. That, along with the 4 AGM batteries, should be enough to run the window unit AC for a couple hours or so, which that'll be all that I'll be out here, so it should be fine. But time will tell. So what about all these other wires that are hanging down? Okay. Well, if you notice, I've got colored tape. Different colored tape on the ends of each one. That's to help me know which one's which. So the blue, if you notice, wait a minute, there's 2 blues. Yes, there are 2 blues. However, one is 18-gauge wire and one is 16-gauge wire. This 16-gauge wire here comes up across right there by the door, and then it goes up top. That's going to be for an overhead light. The light that I have is an LED light strip, white, and that's going to be the main lights for the whole place, and that's where the light switch is going to be. So I have 16 gauge on that because that one's going to pull 1.5 to 2 amps roughly. So 16 gauge on that length is more than enough at 12 volt to be able to handle that amperage. So the other blue wire comes across, goes up, across, and I haven't quite got it all cleaned up yet. It's still hanging down pretty low. This is going to be for another light, but this is going to be a light over the workbench. That's going to go right up here, aiming straight down on the workbench. So once again, that's why that's labeled blue. All the blue wires are lights. So this one will be labeled, will be ran to a switch somewhere in this vicinity, so I can turn it on and off whenever I'm at the workbench. So now we've got the white, the black, and the green. Those are all speaker wires. There's actually 4 speaker wires in total. 2 that are connected to the green, and then the white and the black. So the white goes up to the left side. There's gonna be a 5 1/4 inch coaxial up here in the ceiling. And the black comes over to the other side, where there's going to be another 5 1/4 inch coaxial up in the ceiling. And just because I am who I am and I like my music, here's 2 up in the ceiling, green. These are going to be for an 8-inch subwoofer in the ceiling. Between those ceiling joists, I'm actually building a small box to go up there. I like my music. I want to be able to hear everything in my music without having to really crank it up. And by doing this with the speakers, by putting them all in the ceiling, that gets them out of the way. There won't be anything on the floor. Since space is at a premium in here, we'll really have to be creative with where things are going to be at. So, workbench is going to go here. There's going to be shelving. There's some shelving in the corner on this side. Same thing on the other side, shelving, and then shelving up there in the corner. Possibly shelving, maybe even a bench over here as well underneath the window. Not exactly sure just yet. This wall is kind of up in the air. This back wall, since there is nothing on it, this is going to be storage. This is going to be shelves and a whole lot of boxes and miscellaneous stuff just stored back here. Stuff that I don't need very often. Battery chargers, corded tools, stuff like that. Here in the corner is going to be where my toolbox is going to go. That's, I guess, going to be the best place. That's the best place for it. So now, as far as the wall coverings in here, we do have 2 sheets of pegboard. As y'all know, some of y'all might not, but wood has gotten outrageously expensive. Those 2 pegboards, 2 foot by 4 foot, were $11 each. That's crazy. Anyway, there's gonna be a pegboard on either side of the window, right here, to help store some tools, some commonly used items. For the other walls, looks like I'm gonna end up using hardy board. I believe that's what this is. Got a bunch of 2 foot by 4 foot sheets here. And gonna be putting all this up on the walls. There is a shiny side and a dull side to the hardy board. There's a dull side and there's a shiny side. I'll probably be putting the shiny side up on the ceiling to help reflect the light down from the LEDs, and then the dull side will probably go up on the walls. I know those things soak up paint, so more than likely it's not going to be painted. It'll just be the brown color. I am thinking about putting trim up in here and painting the trim in order to make it look a little bit nicer in here, but we'll see. Got some 1x3s and a 1x6. The 1x3s are going to be for trim around the window, and the 1x6, making a shelf that's going to be coming off the window sill here. That's going to be about 6 inches deep or so. Make that space a little bit more usable. Same thing in front of the AC. The AC is going to stick out a little bit, but not too terribly far. So having a little bit of a shelf sticking out is going to give me a little bit more area. Make things a little bit nicer too. And of course, trim out the window. So I'll probably have to go get some more 1x3s, but I've got some spare wood laying around here and there, so I might be okay. But anyway, that's the status of the now man cave slash workshop. Oh, let me show you outside. I guess I'll call it the off-grid workshop. So here's where the wiring for the solar is at. I just got finished doing all of this. Comes out underneath the shed. Goes through in conduit that's rated for underground burial for electrical. Check out how shallow the sprinkler pipes are. So I've got this buried under the sprinkler pipes. I'll be filling all this in so you don't see it at all. And then it's going to come up to 3 outlets, that's where the 3 solar panels are going to go. One over this way, it's going to extend off to the left. This one's probably going to be centered around there, and then the other panel, the last one, edge is going to be here, and the far side of the panel is going to be just before the edge of the shed right here. So from the back patio, when you come around, you will not be able to see the solar panel at all. Not at all. So that's where the panels are going to be mounted, up against the fence. In the evening sun, the shed is going to be blocking some of the sun from the panels, but that's okay. As you can see right now, it's got really good sunlight, and these panels are going to be mounted below the top of the fence, and they're going to be hinged. So that way I will be able to lower the panels down like this, and it will protect the panels from any kind of hail or anything that's coming down. And then I'll be able to raise the panels back up once the storm passes. This area is notorious for storms with hail. So, kind of a little off topic, one thing that I was really pleasantly surprised to see is all the black dirt. Very happy to see the black dirt. Several inches down, probably 8 to 10 inches down, so very glad to see a lot of good black dirt instead of sand in this area. So anyway, that is the update. I gotta put this cover on and seal these up so no rain or bugs get in here, and then once I get finished with the inside, I will be mounting the panels. So I'll be wrapping up the end of the wire as well, so it doesn't corrode being out in the elements. So that's about it. So that's the end for part 3 of Project Off-Grid Man Cave / Workshop. Thank y'all for watching. Keep tuned in. I want to try to get this stuff done as quick as possible because it's starting to get hot, and I want to try to get this done before it gets too terribly hot. And as you can hear, there's a lot of construction going on out here too, so sorry about the noise, guys. I really can't control that. God bless y'all. Y'all have a good day. See y'all next time.